in the heavyweight division for the championship of the world.
Unprecedented reign now includes the title of World Grand Prix Champion.
Here comes Rico Verhoeven. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner. This legendary glory unbeaten streak dates back 13 years, over 4,000 days. As a professional, 65 wins with 10 losses, 21 big wins by knockout. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, and he weighed in at 265 pounds, 120.3 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, he is the reigning and defending heavyweight champion of the world, the king of kickboxing, Rico
Terrific inside the ring. Rural farmland on the edge of Shipinski. Amidst the DNS, the hills comes the intelligent, mercurial.
And the first bout in the last 8 features the world champion from Ukraine.
A most skilled and sensational of amateurs, cruiserweight undisputed king. Now,
What unfolds when a strategic boxing genius shares the ring with a towering force from the kickboxing world? This isn't just another bout. It's a dramatic clash between two completely different combat philosophies. One thrives on speed, timing, and precision. The other relies on raw strength, pressure, and destruction. In a fight like this, a single mistake can flip everything in an instant. It's finesse against force, calculation against chaos. And under the brightest lights, history could be rewritten in the most unexpected way. Dreams of greatness echo loudly, visions of conquering giants and etching a name into history. The belief is simple. Approach from angles never seen before. Move in ways that confuse and disrupt and break the rhythm of even the most elite opponents. Oleksandr Usyk isn't just a champion. He's a master strategist inside the ring, known for dismantling bigger opponents with intelligence, footwork, and relentless stamina. His journey from cruiserweight dominance to heavyweight supremacy is a blueprint of elite performance. But now, he faces a completely different challenge. Across from him stands Rico Verhoeven, a powerhouse built on devastating strikes, physical dominance, and unbreakable pressure. This isn't a typical matchup. It's a battle between systems, technical brilliance colliding with brute force. Some argue that kickboxing hasn't received the same spotlight as boxing, but dismissing Verhoeven would be a mistake. A long-reigning champion, never knocked out, and physically imposing in every sense. He's a kind of athlete who demands respect. Massive frame, crushing power, and years of experience make him a serious threat stepping into unfamiliar territory. For Verhoeven, the mindset remains unchanged. He knows what it takes to be a champion. He spent years at the top, refining his craft, pushing his limits, and becoming the best version of himself. Adjustments may be necessary for boxing, but the core philosophy stays the same. Work harder than anyone else and trust the foundation that built success. As the fight begins, the energy explodes instantly. Usyk slips a heavy shot and responds with lightning-fast combinations. Verhoeven charges forward, looking to close the distance with overwhelming force. The difference in speed becomes obvious, and the crowd roars as momentum shifts back and forth in seconds. Tension fills the arena. Usyk remains calm, calculating every move like a chess grandmaster. Verhoeven stands tall, radiating power and intent. This is more than a fight. It's a collision of disciplines where every second feels historic. Usyk's presence carries the aura of an undefeated elite, sharpened by victories over top heavyweights like Anthony Joshua. His movement is fluid, almost artistic. His ring IQ is unmatched. Rather than chasing knockouts, he systematically breaks opponents down, round by round, turning chaos into control. Verhoeven, however, brings a different kind of danger. Known as a dominant force in kickboxing, his strength, conditioning, and mental toughness are undeniable. Even in a boxing setting, his aggression and unpredictability create constant risk. His jab lands with authority, and every step forward carries intention. The opening rounds are filled with tension. Usyk circles, measuring distance with sharp focus. Verhoeven watches closely, searching for an early statement. The contrast is immediate. Speed versus strength, elegance versus impact. Every jab, every movement feels significant. As the fight develops, Usyk begins to find rhythm. He slips punches with surgical precision, constantly changing angles and forcing adjustments. Verhoeven presses forward, attempting to cut off the ring, but Usyk's movement keeps him just out of reach. It's a masterclass in control, but one mistake could change everything. Midway through the early rounds, Verhoeven lands a heavy jab that echoes through the arena. The impact is real. Usyk absorbs it, adjusts instantly, and fires back with sharp combination. The crowd erupts as intensity rises. The pace shifts into a more aggressive phase. Verhoeven increases pressure, targeting the body to slow Usyk down. Usyk responds with clean counters, his timing nearly flawless. The contrast sharpens. One fighter hunting damage, the other building a calculated breakdown. Then comes a pivotal moment. Verhoeven traps Usyk briefly against the ropes and unleashes a powerful combination. For a split second, the balance tilts. But Usyk escapes with brilliant footwork, pivots out, and lands a precise left hand that stops the advance cold. Momentum swings again, and the crowd explodes. As rounds pass, fatigue begins to creep in. Verhoeven's output slows slightly, though his power remains dangerous. Usyk, on the other hand, seems to grow stronger. His combinations sharpen, his confidence builds, and his strategy becomes clearer. He reads patterns, anticipates movements, and capitalizes with precision. Still, Verhoeven refuses to fade. He pushes forward, driven by the knowledge that one clean shot can change everything. His resilience becomes part of the story, a champion unwilling to surrender. Entering the championship rounds, the atmosphere becomes electric. Usyk increases his volume, showcasing technical superiority. Verhoeven absorbs punishment but continues pressing forward, determined to break through. Then, a critical moment. Usyk lands a perfectly timed counter left that staggers Verhoeven. The arena erupts. Sensing opportunity, Usyk steps in, controlled but aggressive. Verhoeven survives, clinching and showing incredible durability. The line between dominance and danger has never been thinner. The final round becomes a battle of will and intelligence. Usyk maintains control, using angles and movement to minimize risk. Verhoeven keeps chasing, throwing powerful shots in search of a knockout. The crowd watches on edge, witnessing a clash that feels both unpredictable and inevitable. From a tactical standpoint, Usyk holds clear advantages in speed, footwork, and ring IQ. His ability to dictate pace and control distance gives him the edge. Verhoeven's path lies in power, one perfectly timed strike that could end it all instantly. If the fight reaches the scorecards, Usyk's consistency likely secures victory. His round-by-round dominance is difficult to overcome.
Heavyweight champion, undefeated, pound for pound standout. And what support he has given and he's got from his beloved Ukraine. President Zelensky urged Oleksandr to return to the ring, and here he is.
And now making his entrance to the ring from Ukraine, champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
But the knockout threat remains alive until final bell, because in a fight like this, one moment can rewrite everything. The most likely outcome points to Usyk claiming a decision win, displaying his technical brilliance against a dangerous challenger. Still, the possibility of a dramatic finish keeps tension alive until the very end. And that's the beauty of this matchup. Uncertainty at every second. Two worlds colliding. Skill against power. Precision against force. In the end, it comes down to one question. Can elite technique outclass raw strength, or will sheer power break through even the most disciplined defense? No matter the result, one thing is guaranteed. This fight delivers intensity, drama, and unforgettable moments where warriors collide and history is made.